Nowadays, everything is so fast. But should it be this way? I have another question. Actually, not a question, a fact. Telegrams are awesome. About 3 years ago, I decided to annoy Charlie, my best friend, on his birthday. I would love to show you a picture of him, but he would hate if I did that. So instead, I'll show you a picture of a Brazilian singer that I took from Wikipedia. Hi Charlie! And here's the deal. I annoy Charlie almost daily, even with the distance, as we live in different countries. But for his birthday, I wanted to do something special, so I wanted to send him a letter. His birthday was around the corner, so my only option was to send him a telegram instead, because letters take too long to arrive. What I didn't know was that telegrams were for urgent and serious things, like legal stuff. For example, you're about to be put in jail. And that was the beginning of the fun. On the very next day, at 6 a.m., the mailman was honking and screaming his name in front of his house. Charlie took a long time to get up, so many neighbors were awakened and annoyed due to the good work of the mailman. And all of that for my letter calling him very elegant things, such as pooper scooper, trash can, and smelly. And, of all of them, smell is the one that drives him crazy. Telegrams are awesome. But telegrams are also too fast, right? That's a problem. We need slowness, we need boredom, and that is scientific. Research says that boredom is healthy. So then, how can I help you to bring boredom to your life? Well, don't you worry, I'm quite good with these things. The book I was reading, I wrote it, and it is pretty boring. So let me introduce you to another thing I made, Inked. Inked is a free web service that allows you to send letters via email to your friends. Yes, you heard it right. Letters via email. And that deserves an explanation. As I said before, everything is too fast now. And quite ephemeral too. Think about it. How many pictures you took with your phone can you recall? How many emails did you read this week? Yes, there are things we do because we have to. But the things our hearts long for, these, we should slow down because they matter. This is why I made Inked. Inked slows down communication and, I hope, helps to make it more meaningful. To use it, you just have to go to inked.newcities.org. Now, let me teach you how you use it. Inked is offered in English, Spanish, Portuguese, and Esperanto. I will select English and then write a letter. This is the scriptorium where you write your letter. On the left, you have your paper. You write your letter here exactly as you would on a word processor. Bold, italic, fonts, images, whatever you want. On the right, you pick your stationery, your stamp, and your envelope style. For this demo, I will write a very thoughtful and emotional letter to Charlie. The names here go on the envelope. Dear Charlie, I am writing to inform you that you are, in fact, still smelly. Sincerely, David. For my stationery, I will pick the old parchment and the Anna Banana stamp. When you're done, you press Reveal and Seal. First, you get a preview of your letter, exactly as it will look printed. If something looks off, you can go back and fix it. If it looks good, you fold and seal. Inked generates two files, an envelope image you can send as a teaser, I will take it, and the actual inked file, which is the sealed letter. After giving you the letter files, Inked offers you a short text you can copy to send in your email, so you don't have to think about what to write now that you wrote your letter. Let me read a couple of sentences, so you know what to expect. Dear Charlie, my most distinguished salutations upon this fine occasion. I have affixed to this electronic missive a letter of considerable importance. and the text continues and teaches how to open the letter using Inked. I love how this text ends. I trust you shall find this inconvenience most delightful. If you also liked this text, you can just click on Copy to Clipboard to paste in your email. Now, I just have to send Charlie these files via email, and now I'll show you how you read a letter so then you know what Charlie has to go through to read his. I will select Read a Letter. Obviously, you must have an available and working printer at this very moment. If you don't have a printer, the website makes fun of you. I do, so I'll click on Yes, I do. Now, the website raises my expectations, and now I have to drop my letter in the post bag. After selecting the inked file, the page shows the envelope and provides printing instructions. I made my letter colorful, so it suggests a printer that prints in color. I'll break the seal now. Before opening the letter, I must agree with the solemn oath of the letter's recipient. I will not read everything for you now, but I must state the most important parts. I will not linger on the print preview. I will not convert this letter to PDF. I must understand and must print the letter to read it. I understand that violating this oath will bring me eternal postal shame. I will pretend I'm Charlie and sign the letter on his behalf. The website now previews the letter, showing the envelope cover and the signed oath, while hiding the letter's content. Then I click on Ink This to finally print and read the letter in my hands. Here, in the print preview, is the danger zone, because here you can break our oath. Be careful. For safety reasons, I couldn't hide the content here, so you must resist the temptation and not scroll, or postal shame will stay in your soul forever. After printing, the letter vanishes from the screen, but now it's in my hands. The first page, the envelope, has a stamp showing the date the letter was crafted. The second page contains the oath, with 4 different curses, on the ones who dare read a digital letter on a screen. My favorite is this one. If these words are shown in pixels, you will be jarred and sold as pickles. Yuck. And now, the big moment. The letter Charlie is eager to read. Yay! Before we conclude this, a few disclaimers brought to you by the Postmaster. Inked is free to use and open source. It does not spy on or collect any information about you. Everything runs from your browser using JavaScript. There is no safety in the Inked protocol, so don't expect security. And you are responsible for your actions. There are more nerdy facts about Inked, but that deserves another video that I may or may not make. One last thing. As I'm sure you noticed, I had some microphone issues when recording this video, so thank you in advance for bearing the bad microphone with me one last time. So here goes my suggestion. Write a letter to someone. It doesn't have to be deep, it doesn't have to be long. You can call them smelly if you want. The point is that somewhere in this world, someone you care about will have to stand up, walk to a printer, and hold a piece of paper you wrote for them. And trust me, in a world where everything is instant, that effort itself is a gift. And if they get back to you and complain about having to find a printer, good. That's the point.